Hi, welcome to Brainy Buzz. We are going through the HTML tutorial, and so far we have seen how to create the lists, tables, and how to insert the images into your web page. Today we are going to see the frames. Like sometimes you want to divide your frame into your browser window into several blocks or several panes so that you can display multiple HTML pages over there. Like you might have seen so many web pages where you can see any a thing or an animation going on in a certain portion of the page, or an advertisement was there, might be there in a certain portion. So it depends on you, what is your requirement and how many like such frames you want. So let's see what the frames are. Frames basically divide your browser window into several independent windows or panes, each one containing a separate HTML document. It's like they all have their own functionality, and each pane can be reloaded independently without reloading the entire page. Each pane is known as the frame, and the collection of frame is known as the frame set. When you will be using the frame set, you do not need the body tag. So let's see. The attributes of the frame set are calls, rows, border, frame spacing, src name, frame border, margin width, margin height, node size, scrolling, long disk. So we'll just see what exactly and how exactly it will work. So I have created a normal HTML page, the structure, and saved it with the frames.html name. So your frame set, it should not be included in the body tag, so it will come between the closing head tag and the starting body tag over here. So I'll just write it. Over here I'll give the values. I have some of the demos over here, the HTML pages that I can use over here. So first of all, I can give the list.html. Another one I can give as the links.html. One I can give as the image one .html. So now what you have done, you want your browser to display three HTML windows. So basically what you do, and you want them to display in rows. So in rows, what you do, you divide your browser window in certain percentage. That the first one you want to display in the 30% area, another one you want to display in the 50% area, and how much it is left, 50 plus 30, 80, and that means 20 is left. So you have to make the total as the 100%. So let's save it and see it how it is working. So its file is open over here. Now you can see that the scroll bars have come, and you can see this is the list thing, and this is the image, and this one is for links. So what your browser has done, your browser has basically divided your web page into three portions, the rows. But sometimes it's like if you want to divide them into columns, so you give the calls over here. So now these are coming in columns. Another thing, that your frames are scrollable, like resizable. You can resize them if you want. Now it's like you can move these frames, but you do not want the user to move the frames. So for this you have an attribute, that is the nor size. For the frame set, if you set it as the nor size is equals to nor size, and just save it, refresh it. Now you're not getting that bar over here or the pointer over here, so you cannot resize them. Another thing that you have rows and columns, we have seen the border specifies the border of the each frame. So now I'll just remove this and I'll set the border to be 4. So now you have this border over here. So if you want to increase it and you want to set it to 15, so now the thickness of the border is increased. So it depends on you how much you want the border to be, or if you want to just remove the border, you can put it as 0 over here, so your border is gone. Another attribute you have is the frame border. It defines whether a 3D border should be there or not. So I'll just show you the demo for this. And for this, okay, let's save it and see how it goes. So now you have this type of border over here. By default it is 0. If you just put it 0 over here and refresh it, you can see a little difference over here. So like this, oh, there's no difference actually. So now your border is gone. Otherwise, for one, your border is there. So it is in a kind of a 3D mode. So now let's see another. This is the frame spacing. Specifies the space between each frame. And let's remove it. Frame spacing, I want it to be 10. I just save it and click F5. So you have some space between the frames over here. It's like a little white, so you cannot see it, but there will be a space. If you make it to 0, so you cannot see the difference because everything is white over here. Another attribute SRC you have seen the name. It is the name of the frame, so that you can use the frame somewhere else. Like you can give the name of the frame over here. It's like you can refer this frame from somewhere else. Let's cover the attributes of frame in the next tutorial. Thanks and have a nice day.